listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. I'm not playing another minute and a half of dear. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Thursday, February 23. I love the numbers. 2/23/2023. You know, it just goes. COVID. So, glad you're here, because I'm going to continue the weirdness of ufology, because last night I had a lot of clips and I didn't get to them because I talk a lot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, anyway, I don't want people to don't get alarmed by what you see here in the thumbnail. Can we all get along for the greater good? And then you see the anger in me having tug of war with the greater good. And this is derived from the Fessler show that I heard about. Now more than, it's weird. I didn't hear anything about it. And the last 2 days I've heard now several things about it. And he was on talking about how he felt this is a waste of time to argue with people, and he's saying things that I said a week or so before that. Remember when I said everything, it's just a waste of time? Who wants to spend 3 more hours talking about they're hoaxers, when we've already heard it? They didn't prove anything. It's all whatever they want you to believe. They say it 3 times and it makes it so. Well, anyway. He was just basically saying, not in a bad way. He's like, the third phase of Moon and GUFON, we don't need to be wasting our time arguing. We need to worry about the greater good of ufology, which is something I've championed from day one. And I say it periodically, and I know I said it when I was saying I am not going to talk about the haters anymore, which, in a way I don't, but I still have to say something every now. No, I don't have to. I want to. Because, I hear another video they made about us. All right, well, I'm going to say something tomorrow. That kind of shit. I only react. I don't create that. I only react to what's being said about me. And if I say something, then they're going to react. So, my God, I don't know what that's from. Which is, why things are much better here at GUFON lately. Hey, I like drama. It's something we've done here. GUFON, the AZ UFO show for 10 years, and Paranormal Code. It's always been a part of this show because I call out hoaxers and liars and cheaters and people who don't know what they're doing, and the people coming in to our lives that are mainstream media folk lying. I call all that stuff out the best I can with the evidence that's given to us. I know as much as the next person. I don't know anything. And a lot of us it seems we have somebody in the CIA. I've got a friend in the FBI. I got somebody who works at Pentagon. You know what I mean? We all have little ears picking up and telling us things. And it always comes down to, I don't know. That's what they say. I don't know. This is what I heard. And this may happen, and that may happen, and this is why they said this, and you get very little information, but enough that you know that you're being played. So, I don't really want to get into the details of why I put the question mark on the title of the show, GUFON Friends with Fessler. Remember when we tried that? And what happened? Because I know I didn't do anything to Thomas. Not like we were talking, and then I sent a Twitter message. That's the last thing I know, and he didn't reply for like 2-3 days, and then he was talking about us in a bad light. Like, why? What? Now this? So, if there was talk of, let's put this shit under the carpet and let's just, like I did with Dave Scott. Dave and I have 5-6 years history, so it's a lot different. But I like Dave more than I was frustrated. But I've learned a lot about myself. I was wrong with the way I did things. Absolutely, without a doubt, I was wrong. But I was wrong because I did that on purpose to create the wedge between Dave and I. And I never thought I would be friends with him again. I'm not saying the relationship's thriving, but, we talk. And it's nice. So, I never had that with Thomas Fessler. And when I first met him, I was hearing him talking negative. I mean, you've seen the show. I've played the show. He wasn't liking what Elizondo was saying and doing, calling the government liars. He was saying everything we're saying. Then he just switched, went woke, became friends with Lou. And now he's back at it, switched again. Maybe he never fully switched, but now he's talking shit again about the things we do. We talk shit about. So to me, that's a flip-flop I don't think I can trust. But for the sake of the greater good and to keep things calm and cool, I don't need to talk about the guy in a negative light. To be honest, the kind of respect he didn't he didn't try to strike the channel like you know who, Darcy Smear. You know what I mean? And Richard Dopin, what is it? Dopey? Oh, Richard Jokin. Yeah. So there is that. But I don't know what kind of relationship would ever become. You know, I mean, I don't even know if we need to. But I mean, if he's saying basically, like, you know, I just don't give a shit anymore, you know, because that's what he was saying. I'm not. Well, there's no reason to talk about these people anymore. You know, there really isn't. That's kind of my thing too. It's like, why even bother? It's like, it has nothing to do with anything other than people don't like me. Okay, you don't like me. I'm so used to it now that when anybody says anything about me, I really don't care. I don't. I don't want people sending me stuff. I don't need any, unless somebody's making a threat. That's the only time I need to see anything like that. Anything like that towards me, the channel, family, friends. Because I know a couple of people have emailed me and Angry Channel and Fat Fuck Tony were trying to convince people to not be friends. I mean, who tells people don't be friends with GUFON? First of all, let me explain something. I'm not doing roll call. I've already gone into the show too long. I'm sorry. I see y'all. And I think there was a super chat. Geez, I might as well do it. All right, I'll do roll call. Oh, wow. So thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. Heck Zen, welcome to the show. I've got videos to show tonight as well. A lot of strangeness happening and a lot of interesting videos that you may or may not have seen. Rebecca, hi. The Wild One, welcome to the show. Truth Entertainment, welcome to the show. Hey Brookers, welcome to the show. No, you know what, Brookers? Funny thing, is Richie mellowing in his old age? No, you know what it is? It's just like, if somebody says they're not going to say anything, I kind of like that. I won't say anything either. That's all I'm saying. If you want peace, I'll bring peace. And I know that on Fessler's channel, those people who were really the negative pulse behind the show, I think. But I have heard nasty things being said about me by Fessler, but neither here nor there because I didn't hear it. But those people have left. The what was her name? Heatherly? Schubert? Rob Bobert? Heatherly? Yeah. She tried to identify as a man, but had big boobs. Wasn't it a she? Bob. Didn't he identify as a girl? I thought. That's what I heard. All right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And the other guy, I can't remember his name. But, you know, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking to see if anybody's thinking like we are. And there's a sign. So I'm glad you guys told me. It's interesting to hear Fessler talk in that light. I didn't hear it. I didn't listen to it, but the sources that told me about it. And I know they're not lying or making it up. But that's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying anything else other than at this point, am I getting soft or mellowing? No, I tell you what, when you do something a certain way, like I have for almost 18 years on, in the field 20, almost 19, and doing the show 17 and a half years now. Times have changed. Things have changed. I have changed. Maybe you can say I've mellowed out. I don't feel like I've mellowed out. I just feel like I'm picking and choosing my battles a little more strategically than just haphazardly going after anybody and everything just because I don't like what they're doing or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to grow up. Yeah, trying to grow up. But I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be like any other show, obviously. It's still going to be GUFON. But yeah, maybe there's some truth to that, Brookers. Diane Boss, welcome to the show. Den Bob, welcome to the show. Hey, Lisa. Been a minute. Good to see you. Nice. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Den Bob, did I say it? If I didn't, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. There he is. Greg O'Brien. GOB in the house, everybody. Hey, Den Bob. Oh, I already did. What's up, Mike Johnson? How you doing, Chief? Bob Berkins, how you doing, man? Good to see the shirtless wonder.
Carnundrum!
What's up, Chief? Intergalactic Overhaul, welcome to the show. And nobody needs to tell me, Rich, hey, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Because I know a lot of people care and think that, I'm going to make a mistake now. Hey, you know what? If one of our quote-unquote enemies, whatever you want to call it, say that they don't really feel the need to hate on Third Phase of Moon and GUFON anymore, hey, what else can you say? It is what it is. He said it. We'll see what happens. So I don't really talk about Fessler anyway. He cooled off months ago. He knew. But it is interesting, though. It's interesting how things happen. And the reason it would be hard to trust him, because he's still friends with Lou, I think. And even though he's saying, I'm going to calm down, I'm not going to say anything, because there's bigger things to do. The greater good of ufology, really, that's really what matters. That's all that matters. But there are people who don't like our opinions, and they feel they need to take us down and make us look stupid attacking our character. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not innocent. But what these people did, far, much more, way worse than anything I did. So I'm not saying I'm not even upset about it anymore, right? You know what I mean? There's no anger in me for it. Now, talk about the Angry Channel and Fat Fact Tony. Talk about them. It's a whole different story. Yeah. They had their chance. They did. They had their chance to do the right thing. They were very close. There it is, Lisa. I know you put that down about 15 minutes ago, so thank you very much. First super chat of the night. You can help support GUFON. We are Truthology for ufology. There's no doubt about it. I can't say I know everything because I don't think I know anything. But one thing I do notice and recognize and have been successful at is predicting. I don't know how I do it either. How long people will be around, and just their personalities and stuff. And it always comes out. You could always I don't know what it is. Like some people you can just read Elizondo was easy to read. Corbell, easy to read. You know what I mean? It's like they don't give a shit who knows they're lying. They don't care what we think. They definitely don't care. It's obvious. That's why they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Putting out video evidence that really isn't evidence at all. How about that? How about that? Meet me outside. How about that? Lisa B throwing down the lemon heads. Much smile, rosy cheeks. Mucho gusto, generoso. Lisa BOWDEN. Thanks, Lisa. Good to see you, too. That was funny you put that down. I didn't know. All right. Jim Bud Royale says, hey, has he been fiddling with you? If so, you need to report it to your nearest ufologist immediately before damage is in. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Shh. Talk to me privately about that stuff. Who's this search and destroy? We know nada about anything. We know nothing. We do. We know nothing. But what's fun is knowing you know nothing and watch the narrative change. People are still talking about the balloons that were shot down. It's okay to talk about something else. You don't need to be talking about this. The story hasn't changed in a week. Why are we still talking about it? I haven't. But I see a lot of, not one or two shows, a lot of people are still talking about it. Why? Because it's in the search. Balloons. You type in balloons, UFOs and balloons, put it in the title of your show. You're going to get some traffic to come your way. That's why they're doing it. UFO chick, that UFO chick. GUFON, I'm going to grapple you if you bitch. I know you could kick my ass too. All right. Not going to bitch. I'm not going to. Tonight's going to be, it's a good show. It's already starting out fun. See? See how fun? Jeff Garvey knows. Welcome to the show, that UFO chick, by the way. Jeff, welcome to the show. Tim Freestone, what's up, dude? My guy. Not real my guy, you know what I'm saying. Hey, Boston Deadhead. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having an awesome week. It is Thursday already. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. 9 to 5ers, work your ass off tomorrow for 4 straight hours. Take half the day off and go out. Enjoy the weekend early. I want you guys to clear your minds. Forget about the cold weather that's battling the country. What are they calling this weather system? Olivia Wilde or something? I mean, come on. Now we're naming just storms that just come in. Hey, we're going to have the monsoon season this year in Arizona, right? What, every thunderstorm cell is now going to be an event? Did you see thunderstorm cell Marie? Holy crap, what a lot of lightning. Hey, that was nothing like thunderstorm cell Joe. Come on. We're not, don't have to name everything and make it humanized. What's up, Michelle? Good to see you. Ooh, what happened to my voice? Uh-oh. Whoa. Foghorn Leghorn. How you doing, Chief? Vitska! Hey! Where you been? Thought we lost you. It's good to see you. Thanks for hanging out for a minute. Appreciate it. All right, let's get started again. Hey, Baza Day Bear. What's up, Moody? Boston? What's up, everyone? I cannot, it's hard for me not to want to say I have to. Helen! Tacey! Peter! What's up? Hi, Molly Collie. Dropping a little Molly tonight. $5. I'm fixing to drop it like it's hot because I'm stoned. Well, you don't look high. You look good today. You look good. You look fresh. Yep. Freshest raisin in the business. That's not you. I know it's not. It's a picture from National Geographic, right? That is you? Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. Thank you very much, Molly Collie. If that is you, I am just joking. You're beautiful, and I said it time and time again. Humans are beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Thank you very much. I've seen your picture before. Yeah, I've seen you in National Geographic. I don't know why. Were you with the gorillas in the midst? Andrea, how you doing? Good to see you. And there's Dorothy as well. What's up, Dot? Hey, Molly, how you doing? You just got here. Good to see you. All right. Pyramid 7. How you doing? Jay! It's so hard not to want to say, okay. If I didn't say hi, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Shelly, I think I just saw you. Hi. All right. Let's move now. Now we're going to push this show a little faster. What's that? Super chat? Oh, I already did. Yeah, just going to drop it hot. All right. Well, don't forget, everybody's looking. Oh, I'm looking right at you, Molly. Where'd she go? There she is. Yeah, I got you. Thanks, lady. Good old Ben Franklin. All right. All right. All right. What are we? In the FFF zone. We are, and don't forget, no more dots. We do not promote dots. If you want to send anything to GUFON, all you have to do is email it to gufonradio@gmail.com. There's the link. The link's also in the show description, as are the links to help support the show, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are there. And on the About button on GUFON, on YouTube. You could even become a member if you must see, if you feel the urge. Troy, holy Moses. $10 just threw down a super sticker like it was hot. Hold on, let's see what it is. It is, oh, that's a good one. That's the hippo being pushed around in his incredible chair. It's bitching. Oh, he's mimicking a Tic Tac. Yep. Good one. Thanks, Troy. $10, man. I appreciate that support. Unbelievable. That's a Mucho Gusto Generoso sticker. Brett S is doubling it up. This gummy actually kills the pain and the real comedy of Richie IC because now we're on the same length of waves. See what I did there? Yeah, I did because I'm dyslexic. I am. Very dyslexic. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it. Appreciate the 20. $20 from Brett S., a continuing supporter of GUFON and a good friend of the show. You know, I've never tried the gummies. I hear they're good. I just tried a new dispensary. And everybody I met in Florida says, go to Move. It's MUV. It's the name of the place with 2 dots over the U. And as you know, it's a 20-minute drive. So I go. And I got my stuff. And I tried it. And I said, oh my God. This is like brand new to me. The place I was going to, I kept saying, I am going through so much pot. I don't understand it. I've never smoked this much because I wasn't feeling anything. Now that I got from this place, oh my God, it looks different. It is different. And I'm different. It is just a beautiful thing. And it's lasting because it has long legs. You don't need to keep sparking it up, doobie. So I have to try the gummies next. Yeah, when I was rolling in the dough at one point a few years back, I would buy the brownies. That was my favorite thing. Oh, man. 35 milligrams for me was like on borderline because I did 50 and I hallucinated and freaked out for about 10 minutes. It was awesome. I'll tell you what happened. So it kicks in and I went to go stand up and you lift your head to look where you're going. And I said to myself, oh my God, everything looks different. My condo didn't look like my condo anymore. I felt like I was in somebody else's place. It was weird, but it was cool. And I kept saying, oh man, I can't believe this. I kept thinking, this is amazing. What if I never snap out of it? And then I started getting a little paranoid, and I'm like, well, this is just bitching, man. This is unbelievable. So I have that experience. It really scared me for a few minutes because I'm like, what if I don't snap out of it? What if this isn't my place? What if I just transferred to another dimension? What if? And then I called Joe Rogan and I said, Joe. And he said, Richie. And I said, Joe. It's too potent, dude. Too potent. He said, just chill, bro. So I did. It wasn't Joe Rogan. It was Joe Mama. Oh! Thanks, Brett. Stupid I am. I am not good at this. 400 mil. But it was a great experience. I talked about it on the show. Felt like I was somewhere else. Looking through in somebody else's eyes. And we've talked about that. Like, what if it is? What if you trigger? I don't know. I never had that experience with any kind of weed. Anything. That was awesome. All right. Oh, okay. I'm checking now. Hold on. Somebody said check. Oh, and last night we did get the Cash App finally came through. I'll pull the name up here in a second. Let's see. Who was it? I'll have to get it in a minute. I don't know why I can't find it. Hold on, here it is. From Deanne Weislogo. I'm not sure. I think that was somebody else, and I can't remember who that's supposed to be. But it was $5. Thank you, Deanne Weislogo, for the $5 Cash App. Appreciate it. Shit, I feel like something's going on, man. I'm missing something. Hey, Jammer. What's up, FAP? Tommy G. BST Club. Lunar Sparkles 1. Helen! Atlantis is here. Is found. All right. All right, let's go. Now, I don't like where I'm going. I'm just going to play something, and then this will get you in the mood for tonight. Just somebody made this. Joe Rogan talking to Trudeau. And they say someone made a deep fake of Joe Rogan and Justin Trudeau, but honestly, it's probably pretty close to how the interview would go. I haven't watched this yet because I just found it, so let's take a look and a listen. I love these.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Joe Rogan by day.
Joe Rogan podcast by night. All day. Hi, Mr. Prime Minister. Nice to finally meet you, and glad you're on the podcast.
Hey, Joe. It's great to be with you on here on this Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, let's get right into it. Why did you wear blackface 3 times?
I did not wear blackface.
But there's pictures of you wearing it?
Those pictures are fake, made with Mid-Journey or one of those image apps.
That's ridiculous. This technology was only just released last year. You wore blackface in what, the 80s? 90s?
How can you know that? I'm sure the government has been secretly working with AI for decades now. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I did not wear blackface. Look, I may be black on the inside, but on the outside, I'm 100% white, just like my father.
Wasn't your father Hispanic, though?
Do you really want to get into this?
Yes, let's get into it.
I love these.
I've heard this rumor, conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, and it's 100% untrue and unfounded. My father may have been a
What's
socialist,
up, Wayne?
But he definitely wasn't communist.
But what about those rumors of your mother, Mrs. Trudeau, sleeping around with all these celebrities like Mick Jagger, and apparently with Fidel?
My mother definitely got around, but she never slept with my father. I mean, Fidel, she was friendly with Fidel, but yeah, not in the way your dirty mind is.
All right, we get the point. It's a little long. All right, shut off, Joe. All right, I'm going to play this clip here. Man. So I like underground tunnel systems, but the UK, I think, the underground tunnel bunkers under London, okay, you got to check this out. I just, this was just shorts. I was wearing shorts and this came up. All right, check this out. I love tunnels. Stop it.
Explorers into all of this subterranean infrastructure underneath London. Imagine there's 5 layers under the city, right?
There's
so
so
go
much
from the
under there.
sewers to the electricity tunnels to the infrastructural systems to the bunkers. And then we started getting into what are called deep level systems. They're very similar to the bunkers that the US government is building here that they call DUMBs, deep underground military bases, right? We started getting into serious critical infrastructure.
How easy was it to get into those?
It took us years. But I mean, at some point we got into what are called the BT deep level tunnels.
Wow.
And at this point we're 100 feet underground. We were actually
Wow.
walking through this tunnel, and one of the explorers I was with is there's a manhole above us. I was like, what do you mean there's a manhole above us? We're in the deepest level right now. And we pop this manhole and a camera swivels, and stares at us. Like, oh God, and then we realized we were into some critical shit. I was going out with these urban explorers into all of this subterranean.
So this guy goes out with urban explorers, and every time they went out there, because if you watch the full clip, it tells the whole story. They kept going out. Why? He said it took years, because every time they went, they kept getting a little further and a little further in and a little further in. And what a great, you got to watch that underground tunnel episode. Look up, I believe his name is, what is this guy's name? Just look up Joe Rogan, underground tunnels in London. You'll find it. Should pop up. All right. Yeah, I don't really care for that. I'm not going to do that. Let's get rid of this. Hold that up there. So, yeah, we already talked about that, so we don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of that. Kerry Lake, I'll do that later. Okay. No, I don't want that. Let's get rid of this. No, you'll see why. No, it's a good thing I'm doing this. What is this? All right, that was from last night. We can get rid of that. I don't know why I didn't clean up everything. There's Greer. This is, did I already play this Greer clip where he talks about briefing Admiral Thomas Wilson? I think I did play that, so let's get rid of that. I still have that to finish. And here's a clip. What happened? So where's the photos of the other 3 unidentified aircraft that were shot down? Tim McMillan from the debrief posted this yesterday, just now. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh confirmed the following photo is authentic and was indeed taken by a U-2 pilot flying over the Chinese spy balloon over the U.S. Really? Really? Wow. Ooh, hey. Ooh. Yay. People are still talking about it. They just can't let these go. A lot of people really believe it has to do with UFOs. For one of the very first times in my 19 years, I am not applying what happened to be related to the UFO, to any UFO. It was just a distraction for the train derailments and many other things that have gone wrong lately under the B administration. Aren't we? I mean, you guys know, right? You guys know. All right. You know. So researchers have discovered a new crater in Antarctica. This is crazy. Watch this, because I am scared out of my... Watch.
Researchers have discovered a crater beneath the Antarctica ice crust 482 kilometers in diameter. Holy shit.
It's like an order of magnitude bigger than
the dinosaur one, right?
Yeah, that's like a 99 point whatever percent extinction event.
So it's
something
it just keeps happening. The Earth just over millions and millions of years and thousands of years that humans have been around. The Earth just keeps getting whacked.
Look at that.
Researchers have discovered a crater.
It is amazing how much the Earth actually gets hit. And there's a lot of extinction level events that have happened over time. Every time that happens, what do you think happens? It's no wonder why the last 100 years we have been able to build a civilization successfully to the point where, we're stretching the limits of what we have right now. Now we're stretching the limits of the smallest computer, the smallest phones, the smallest memory chip. You can only get so small and put so many things in there, so much information on the head of a pin. Eventually, you're going to have to go big. I'm afraid we're going to see that. Like our phones, because what's going to happen is I can have a terabyte of data in my phone. A terabyte. Do you understand how much that is? On the phone I have now, it was 256, 256. I can't think, not K, G's. Oh my God, I've got Bidenism. Anyway, gigs. And I still have 60 left, and I've had this phone 3 years plus. I was going to get a new phone yesterday, but I didn't want to. I can get a Galaxy S23 Ultra for free if I trade in any of my Galaxy phones that I have. I have a Samsung Galaxy 8 that I use just for the camera because it's awesome. And I use it as security camera now, but I could bring that in and get that phone for free. But I need a new phone. Yeah, this camera's taking it's really weird. I don't understand what's wrong with it. Anyway, we are at the point where I am really, the reason I said I'm scared, because we've gotten away with a lot of close calls, especially in 2013 with the Shabinska, the Russia one. I have a feeling it's coming. Something's coming. It's just we've been skating by. We've been lucky. Mount St. Helens, Mauna Kea, Kalanamui, whatever those the ones in Hawaii are, Mauna Lea and Kilauea. Those won't be extinction level events with those volcanoes. But we could have had a very close extinction level event if that, remember that one that exploded underwater last year or 2 years ago? If that was above the ground, I'm not sure what would have happened. That was massive. All right, check this out. I love these videos. I just love them. How much truth is in myths? Here's Graham Hancock. Ga-doodle-doo.
Plenty of evidence that there were many sites that were thought to be just legend and myth, like Troy, for instance, that has now been proven to be an actual real city that mimics the initial descriptions of it.
We should never dismiss myths. We should always listen to them. They're the memory bank of our species, and they may be expressed in symbolic language. There may be wonderful stories built around them, but at the core is factual information. The story of Atlantis is not alone. There are thousands of traditions from all around the world speaking of a global flood that destroyed a former civilization, that brought to an end a golden age.
There's plenty of evidence that there.
You know, I just wanted to play that. Give you guys something. All right. Navy pilots UFO first contact. Ryan Graves. I want you to listen to this. What did we say about Ryan? It is virtually impossible, I think, for this guy to have not seen one of the UFOs that every one of his pilot buddies said they saw almost every day for 2 years. But he didn't see it with his eyes, or did he? You gotta listen to this, because it almost sounds like he wants to say that he saw it, but he never does. It's very weird. It's very strange. Listen.
We did witness something while we were flying in our jets, but, we witnessed it in the context of our just everyday flying in our missions.
And what year was it that you witnessed this?
Late 2013, early 2014.
What was the very first experience?
For me personally, the experience was simply just flying out to the area like I would any other day. Instead of seeing an empty airspace with just my wing person or another squadron doing something in a different block, there were all of a sudden a lot of different radar contacts, which is immediately a problem. And this was happening because we upgraded our radar. The best
radar contacts. And he said the reason that happened because we just upgraded our radar. Didn't see it with his eyes. Continue.
We could tell. So just generally speaking, we would expect to see, more objects if there were any out there, or smaller objects, but there shouldn't have been any objects out there.
And so how far offshore are you when this is all going down?
Our working areas start about 10 miles off the coast, and then it goes out 250 miles or so, though we don't usually use those far eastern areas. But we would only see them over the water. So they would really only be in our working areas, but never over the land.
Never over the land. Which is interesting. So I have a theory. Where they're doing their training missions and flying out over the ocean, I have a feeling they're near home base for aliens. And the aliens are watching every freaking move we make. Because if one of those planes happened to go in the water, I have a feeling the UFOs would be right there next to it. If that's what they are. So what's more logical? That the Chinese have, let's say, 50 drones that are in a submarine that can be launched, hang out for a little while. Maybe they send out 10 at a time, 20 at a time, and they go in a rotation, and every time the sub goes down, it comes back up. Maybe that's what Fravor saw. Maybe he saw a sub under the water that was releasing these and then picking them up. That's what he saw. Does that make sense? Or it's aliens. And I think we're too close to their home. You got two options, and they're both doable. But which one is the real story? And I bet you it's neither one. Because I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you. I know what you know. Everybody's behaved, it looks like. Why is he... Yeah, he cut his hair off, bro. Not there, because that was like a year or two ago, but... Yes, and radar plus other eyeballs. Yep. My question, Michelle, is why not Ryan's eyeballs? Why? My theory, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but he was the guy who created, I think, the software or the new type of radar spoofing technology. Ryan Graves was something like that. Is it possible that his radar spoofing made the objects appear? Nah, I don't know. It is weird. It's weird. Yeah. Why would an alien be scared of a jet running on fuel? Nobody would say that. The UFO wasn't scared. See, and that's another thing that I try not to do, that I am expressing other people try not to do, is to guess the intent of an alien or an alien UFO. We don't know what the intent is. They could just be flying around. All of a sudden, here's a jet, and oh my God, what are these things? You know, it could be something like that. It could be like, you know, we're surprising them. But my thing is, there's two things. They're definitely not scared. I don't think, but I don't know. Maybe they were. But they went to the cat point. Remember, they met at that cat point, 60 miles away. How did he know where I was going, Fravor said. It's as if he read my mind. He didn't know I was going to that cat point. It's another place that Fravor had to go for his training mission. And the UFO was there before him because it took off, and then he went to the cat point, and he said, the UFO was there when I got there. How did it know? Third option. It's ours. We're testing the best pilots on the planet, and we're not telling them. That's what I really believe. But then I think it's China. I don't know. China. You know what it is? All right. Wait. Jurassic erase. Erase that last statement. Erase it. Jurassic wise. It isn't ours. It's Japan or China or some fucker over there. It's one of theirs. All right. That's what it is. That's what it is. It is. No mods tonight. Who wants to? Do we need a mod? Samo's not here, huh? Do we need a mod? Do I need to make somebody a mod? Hellfire, you're not a mod? Hellfire's a mod. Yeah, look. There you are. You're a mod. Who else? Denbub? Doesn't want to be. I remember. You didn't want to be one. You didn't want the... Helen's here. Yeah, we got a couple. I don't make everybody a... you know? You don't want to do that on a channel. You just don't. It's a very responsible position. And now... yeah, we've got enough here. There's plenty of help. Everybody's being nice. No responsibilities for me, Rich. You got it, Chief. I know what you meant. Jim Bud Royale, mods and rockers. We do have rockers here. All right, so I put up a poll. Let's take a look. We're halfway through tonight. The poll is, I ended it, and I'm waiting for it to appear. There it is. So as you can see, wow, only 127 votes. Usually we have like 150, 60. Would being friends with Fessler be, it won't matter, ufology won't change, at 45%? Yeah, so if we become friends, nothing's going to change. It does, the greater good, yeah, doesn't matter what we do as friends. Being friends with Fessler be a bad thing, can't be trusted, at 32%. And then would being friends with Fessler be a good thing? Give him a chance at 22%. Pretty much the way I figured it would go. So about half of you thought it doesn't matter. 32% say don't do it. It's a bad thing. All right. Duly noted. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I'm surprised. Paul Geary didn't know how to answer. All right. I'm sorry. All right, back to work. Whoa, StreamYard just took a blank. I think Fessler's blocked. Let's unblock him. Let's see what happens. Let's unblock. I don't know if he is. I thought I unblocked him a while ago because I was trying to have them come on. Remember? I did those 3 Tuesdays where I said, hey, any of you guys want to come on? And I unblocked everybody. Let's see. Let me get back to that. Let's take a look. Here we go. Community. All right, let's see. Are they blocked? All right, here we go. AZ Man is blocked. Yep, I did that one. Lisa Bordelone, blocked. Shelly, the old Shelly Morrison. Remember PBR Street Gang? That guy was a dick. Huge jagoff. He's still a jagoff. So is Simon Fly. Jagovs. Remember Coin Exchange? Blocked. Poke the Panda? Blocked. All right, I'm not seeing him. Thomas Fessler. Daniel Sheehan, that's a fake one. Grandmaster UV Gaming? Wow, he got blocked? Somebody blocked him, not me. He got blocked for a reason, though. All right, let me see. That was the first half. Kenneth Pass, blocked. Let's unblock Kenneth Pass. You ready? We're unblocking Kenneth Pass. I hope he comes back. That would be a freaking awesome thing, wouldn't it? All right, let's see. A lot of sex bots here. Phil Schneider. David David Wilk. Dr. Z Smith, still blocked. Yep. Agent Hammer, Insecure Team 10. I don't think he's blocked, kids. No. I thought I left. Yeah, I don't even have the Angry channel blocked either. What's this? Fessler's PR Martian? I don't know who that is. There's Fat Tony. Block. Definitely got to block him. Sheila Aliens. She's definitely not good for business. She's just an angry person. Like a lot of these people are very angry at themselves and they take it out on us. And I didn't really appreciate the fakeness from Sheila Aliens. She came on, remember, and acted like she was our friend. Hey, who blocked Jackie Radford? Jackie got blocked? She must have said something. I don't know. All right, he's not blocked. So, UFO chick isn't a bot. It's a real person. Yeah, I guess I didn't block her. Somebody did. Gutter Gawker. Gutter Gawker is not blocked either. I unblocked a lot of people because I was hoping they would come. I did? I blocked her? Oh, yeah. I did block her. She got wise that day. Yeah. She got really... Yeah, she said, don't stay here at this channel. If you want real truth, go over to this channel. And it's on right now. So I said, nah, you're not doing that here. You're not disrespecting me on my own channel. Are you kidding me? She had to go. She won't be back. Not with that name. All right, I've got so much to go over. Let's start the insanity on the second hour now. I did not see Into Thin Air video. Hold on a sec. Whoops. Damn it. Nah, there isn't one. Third Phase has one, it looks like, though. Let's take a look. No. 8 days ago. All right, let's get back to work. Get rid of that. Here's a video I want to play. Ancient technology in the Amazon, right? Imagine having to dig up all of that lush environment just to get to a pyramid or something. You know what I mean? It's crazy what they do. But I love looking back in time. I should have been an archaeologist.
By these huge geometrical figures, which
Love this guy.
involve primarily circles and squares. And they are classic henges in the sense that they are deep ditches surrounded by huge embankments. They're extremely geometrical. For example, you can find an octagon surrounding a
Watch
square.
this.
At a place called Jacosá in the Amazon, you can find a square perfectly enclosing a circle.
A circle? I mean, really? Isn't that what pilots were reporting? But guess what? Not one civilian has ever recorded anything like that. Again, another story that can't be corroborated by the military, the government, whatever. I am so shocked that, not really, I mean, I am, but I'm not, that it's amazing how stupid they think the American people are. And I got to admit, generally, people don't care about UFOs and aliens. Everybody's interested, but nobody cares to get into it because it's still living on that, in that bubble, in that freaking, you're an idiot if you believe in that. It still goes on. Even though 80% of the people believe that there are aliens out there and that we may have been visited by aliens. A lot of people believe in this. But a lot of people don't want to take the dive and to understand what's really happened. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure if there are no aliens at all. I don't know. It's the abductions. Millions of people claiming to have been abducted by aliens with big eyes, gray head, tall, gray white. You know, the tall whites. Oh, forget about it. What was that guy's name? Clive Stone. What was his Stone guy? What was his name? Paulie Stonehill? Whatever. That guy is saying, 57 species of aliens. My God. Unbelievable. How did they come up with that number? Because Heinz, 57. That's got to be why. That's how you know they're lying to you. When they tell you there's 57 varieties of aliens. 57? Why didn't they just say 56? 58? Don't you think that when they said 57, that it sounded just like 57 flavors? Heinz 57. I don't know, 57 flavors, whatever the frig it is, whatever it's made up. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? It's silly. They're telling us by not telling us. You see what I mean? Don't you know they do little Easter eggs like that? I think these directors, people who make videos, like what's his name, who did The Shining, and he put all those clues into the Apollo in that movie, right? The room number was the distance to the room, to the moon, right? A lot of strange things like that. They're telling us the truth without telling us anything. It's amazing. And that's what I think happened right here. The circle and the square. Are you kidding me? Maybe the pilot who said they saw that knew about the circle and the square indent here in the desert, in the Amazon. Or somebody knew about it and made it into the UFO that you and I have never seen, nor any other civilian.
Circle. Now that is an exercise called squaring the circle that our academics have given to the Greeks. They said the Greeks were the first people who performed that exercise. But now we find in dated sites in the Amazon that this was being done in the Amazon long before the Greeks.
What are the dates?
The earliest dates that have been found in these sites now are about 3,500 years old. About 3,500 years old. But the evidence is that the sites have been constantly remade. And what intrigues me is what remains in that 5.5 million square kilometers that has not been investigated yet. I'm intrigued by these huge geometrical figures, which involve primarily...
Sorry. I love that stuff, man. I just saw we got PayPal. Sorry, guys. I didn't even know. An hour ago almost. Dorothy, she went from $2.22 2 days ago, $3.33 yesterday, and now $4.44 today on PayPal. Dorothy, is there a pattern? Are we going all the way? All the way means that I'm set for life. Is that where we're going? No, thank you very much. I love you. Appreciate it. Of course, continuing supporter of the show. Nathan, another... Wait, are you guys talking? Here's $5.55 from Nathan, taking a road trip in May to Fort Myers. Oh, great. I want to try to stop in your area. Richie, yay. Well, it'll have to happen. We'll be talking when you're coming around the mountain. 555. Thank you very much, man. Mucho gusto, generoso. And then... Oh, I guess... I don't know what name to use, but I'll say Mark. Says, keep up the good work, Richie, with $11.51. I thought it was going to be 666. I was waiting. Thank you very much, Mr. Gower. Very nice, man. That's a mucho gusto generoso on PayPal as well. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't tell you thank you enough. And Molly! Molly Colley with another $5 super chat. The government lies, she says. They do things and claim they didn't. Someone else did it. And I think it's government Area 51 aircraft. Yeah, well, why not? Just as good as anybody else's theories. You know, that's it. Molly. Mucho gusto, generoso. Again, Molly. Thank you. Molly Colley, everybody. All right. It's 111 somewhere. It's 111 somewhere right now. You guys feel that? It's the excitement. It's brewing. Do you guys believe in a firmament? Do you think that we're living under a firmament, like a ceiling that separates the atmosphere to space? I truly don't understand how it works. But and everybody has seen this. And for those of you who haven't seen this video, you're going to be like, wait, what did I just see? This is a rocket launch that supposedly proves there's a firmament above. The rocket is launched, cameras on it, and then it looks like it hits something, and well, wow, you have got to see this. Because I know a lot of you have, but if you haven't, you're in for a real treat. I don't know how this happened. Maybe somebody does. I think I have an idea, but check this out. Whoa. In 3, 2, go. I can't make it any bigger. I know there's a better video out there somewhere, but No way I can make that bigger.
35.
Yeah!
Sustained ignition.
Yeah!
Let's go.
Squirrely.
50.
I was just falling right on you. We were gonna hold dominoes pile. Or is it the wind?
Lock out.
You hear the guy? The guy said something happened. So something happened. Watch. Why did it start spinning? I don't know. Wow. Damn. 100,000 feet. Woo! Man. Different than I remembered. I thought it was spinning much faster, and then it hits the thing. Right? I thought it was spinning crazy, and then it hits the ceiling and then stops spinning, like impossible spin rate. Like it was spinning ridiculously fast, and it hit something and stopped. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. 250,000 feet. What is that? 40 miles? Yeah, this is weird. It doesn't look flat, does it? But they'll tell you that's a fisheye lens. That's why. You know, imagine, guys, listen to, it's round, no doubt about it, but I want to be here, so whoops, I don't want that. Okay, so I want you to imagine space is 250, let's just say 200 miles above our heads. The Earth is 25,000 miles around. Now, imagine only going 200 miles. How far do you think you'd get? For me, I wouldn't even get out of Florida. So do you really think going up 200 miles is going to show you the curvature of the Earth? No, because it's literally nothing. Photos, Mount Shasta. This is a different video. I thought this was something else. I'm just now figuring it out that I don't know this video. So why is it flat? I don't get it. It's not. Don't they understand how shadows work and everything else? The shadow test?
293.5, dude. 293.5. Coming down. 293.5.
Holy smokes!
I don't understand what happened. I don't understand.
It just slowed down.
That's the Air Force definition. The waiver.
Yeah, the main still hasn't come out yet.
Still in the waiver.
I'm not sure where that video is that hit the firmament. That's what I wanted. I thought this was it.
It's probably predicting like a gravel road at 10 miles.
You know? It's not. I'm so sorry. Still interesting, though. I don't understand how they get the Earth is flat from that, do you? This is the problem with flat earthers. Everything they do is fail. Everything. Everything they do is a fail. That's why I don't bother with it. All right, I thought that was something else. All right, let's go here. So I have to show you this. I think I'm allowed to show this. Yes, I am. All right. So I don't know if you guys heard. Am I allowed to show this, guys? The Day of the Wicked, the trailer? I thought they said I could show it. The Cousins brothers made a horror movie. It is the original movie they made was called Slaughter Day about 37 years ago. And it got picked up by nostalgia and people that are into horror movies were looking for old movies that were made by amateurs, and they came across the Cousins brothers Slaughter Day somehow, and they decided to make a new movie, and it's called Day of the Wicked. I think they're messaging me. Show them the comic book. Wait, hold. Oh, got it. Okay, don't show them that. Okay. Show them the oh yeah, the comic book. All right. Now, joking, so I can't show the clip today. That's okay. You'll see it soon. I used to say, and I still do, the Cousins brothers, everything they do pretty much is successful, right? I don't know them yet to have worked on something that was unsuccessful. So, I called them superheroes because that's what they're like. It's amazing. You know, they're not, if you knew the Cousins brothers, like I know them, and I think I know enough to know what I know, and you won't find one person like these guys, and there's two of them. You know, they share the same DNA. They don't think identical, but they do think similar. You know, and it's that old twin thing. You know how twins are, right? So not that that's any significance, except it is in this situation, because there was a comic book, and I'm going to pull it up for you, that was made. And here it is. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's a video, but somebody made this video because they found something that reminded them of the Cousins brothers. Now, you guys don't see, maybe don't remember, but I think Brent sometimes puts, well, one of them, yeah, it's Brent, puts glasses on once in a while. Well, in this comic book, The Adventures, it's called Adventure with the Brothers. One of them has glasses on, the other one doesn't, and they're twins. Now, I don't know where it's taken place, but it looks like a tropical location, Hawaii. And this is old. This is amazing. I'm going to play this video now. This is the Matrix working overtime. This is the Matrix. I'm telling you, the Cousins brothers are these guys right here. No shit. I'm telling you, we all have another one of us in another dimension, right? Even though I don't know about dimensions, I don't really believe in them yet, but this may prove that there is a Matrix reality.
Hey guys, I was looking through some of my old stuff I found the other day, pictures and stuff, and I found this comic book. And the first thing reminded me...
Look at the hair! That's Blake's hair. The hair! It's very similar, very similar!
...is Third Phase of Moon, the Cousins brothers. The name of the comic book is Adventure with the Brothers. Smashing the Smuggler's Ring. And it looks like they live in Hawaii because everything is like a tropical, it's got a tropical theme to it. And you cannot tell me this isn't Third Phase of Moon. Brent and Blake, it kind of looks like them. They made a comic book for themselves. They're superheroes.
Told you.
All hell, third phase of the moon. Right, Ollie? Thank
Right, Ollie. Pretty cool. And that was from Mean Gene Crazy Craig. Mean Gene Crazy Craig. Third phase of moon crime fighters? You got to see what I found. That's the video. I'll put the link in the show description. I just thought it was fun. Wouldn't it be weird if that somehow made it into this world? But what if everything that we're living through is kind of like the Truman Show? What if there's dolls of us out there, like they're selling them, a GUFON doll, Rich Giordano doll? What if there's a magazine on me? What if there's something on you in the in another dimension? I almost said future. You know what I mean? Like, what if, I like this theory. Those extinction level events that happen, those are done on purpose by the creators of this planet. And the reason they do it, my theory, of course, every time we reach a level in technology, something drastic will happen to knock us back down. Maybe, just maybe, there's a record of another time from other people that were made with all of our DNA and everything we are. But now it's thousands of years later, maybe 50,000, 100,000 years later. And they're just creating us again. Like, all of us existed before. We don't know it, but the DNA's being reused. Once they got rid of us all, they could just start over again. It's a reboot. That doesn't matter if they throw me out there. The old me that was there 100,000 years ago is already dead. But they still have everything in a drawer that they can start civilization. We need an Einstein. Put Einstein over there. We need a Tesla guy to create controversy and make people compete against each other. We'll put him there. Hitler, we got to have a world war eventually. Yeah, two. And so on. Wouldn't it be weird if you go back 100,000 years, there was a place called Bermany, and there was a guy named Bittler, and he didn't have a mustache here. He had two little ones on the side. It was the opposite. They just came here and the center was clear, just on the sides. Nobody's growing anything here on the sides. Somebody needs to clear this out and just have it on the sides. Maybe I'll start that trend. You think girls would like kissing that? You think that would be good? You think girls would like kissing that? It'll be soft in the middle, but rough on the outside. Just like me. All right. Oh, no good? All right. All right, how about this? Maybe this will get you excited about something. Check this out. We always talk about this. Every year, this is brought up.
Have you ever heard of Operation High Jump?
Oh, no.
Dude,
What's
it's
Operation
crazy.
High Jump? What does that mean?
Okay, so the U.S. government's like, something's going on with Antarctica. There's some activity up there. We want to find out what's going on. So they send this cat named Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet. And
Richard
according
Byrd.
to his journal that they found much later, he basically met with UFOs, Nazi UFOs.
What?
You've never heard this?
No.
It's the greatest story ever, bro. It's the greatest
So
story.
the Nazis made a deal with the aliens?
Yes.
Holy
For
shit.
technology, and the deal was they were going to work together. They say Eisenhower made a deal with these aliens that they could kidnap people and do experiments, but they couldn't just do it anywhere. They had specific places, which were our national forests. This is where the missing 411 come from, which is all these people have mysteriously disappeared.
I love that stuff. Never gets old. It never gets old. Operation High Jump. Richard Byrd went on national television talking about aliens fighting, having a war with aliens. He was on TV. You guys, it's an hour special where the guy's talking about aliens in 1958, or I don't know, first year TV came out, I think. That was amazing. I couldn't believe they let that guy talk, but back then, they didn't know. They didn't know. Check this out. So you think everybody look at this. This is from a channel called Fast Company. They have over 118,000 subscribers. But he says the Ohio train crash was drowned out by UFO talk. I like to see what people who are not in ufology talk about when it comes to UFOs.
Are being poisoned in their own homes in the Midwest. But you haven't heard about it because there are no spies or hypothetical aliens involved. A train derailment last week in Ohio has turned into a full-fledged environmental disaster, and it's received surprisingly little national media coverage. But our writer Clint Rainey did cover it. As he reported, last Friday, a train belonging to Norfolk Southern derailed near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, just outside the village of East Palestine, home to about 5,000 people. To make matters worse, 14 rail cars involved in the crash were carrying hundreds of thousands of gallons of a chemical called vinyl chloride. Deadly if inhaled in large doses, the chemical is also a known cause of brain, lung, blood, and liver cancer. Residents told the local news they feared for their lives. One said that even indoors, you could smell it and taste it. The wreckage proceeded to burn ominously all weekend. By Sunday evening, residents near the train tracks were told to immediately evacuate. And so authorities on Monday decided to try what they called a controlled burn, which required massive evacuations and produced a large plume of toxic air that was so large it was visible from an airplane window. Almost immediately, anecdotal reports of sick and dying wildlife started pouring in from locals, despite the EPA insisting everything was safe and folks could return to their homes with no risk to their health. Oh, and just for good measure, a journalist got arrested for trying to report on the situation. Attention on the story has increased slightly as the severity of the catastrophe has become apparent, and a few lawsuits have been filed that might help locals in the long run. But reportedly, Norfolk Southern swiftly rose to the occasion with an offer of $25,000 in assistance for locals. That works out to $5 for each resident of East Palestine, or about $13,991,942 less than they paid their CEO, James A. Squires, in 2021. That should fix it. So why was the national discourse so focused on balloons and UFOs and not environmental catastrophe? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching this.
Unbelievable. I'll put the link to that in the show description. Channel's actually interesting. They got a lot of good stuff on there. A lot of good stuff. That was Fast Company. I never heard of it until just now. Good stuff. So, let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Big UFO UAP secret exposed. Dr. Stephen Greer official trailer. Oh boy. Oh boy. Greer's got a new documentary coming out.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
There's a secret government with its own Air Force, its own Navy, its own funding mechanism that's above the law and free from the law itself. You know, that's something that most people have to understand first off here.
U.S. officials have confirmed to ABC News that another high-altitude object was shot down Sunday afternoon.
You've briefed every president since Bill Clinton on the subject of UFOs.
What we're dealing with is not a sanctioned or even a normal black project. And I can say this with authority because I am working now with people who literally manage the black budget of the United States.
This morning, questions after more unidentified objects are discovered over U.S. and Canadian airspace.
You have 3 personal friends that have been assassinated since, I believe, May 9th of 2001.
This is a patriotic duty, given what is at stake and how intact is the constitutional government of the United States.
How do you have that much money unaccounted for?
They say, it costs $2 billion a plane to make the B-2 Stealth. It's about $150 million. The rest of it goes through the back door into these unsanctioned projects that neither the president nor the Congress knows. Never mind the American people.
Dr. Greer, welcome to the Sean Ryan Show.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
Oh, that's it? It doesn't look as good as UFO Endgame. When that movie comes out and you see how Greer and everybody was, especially the way Greer was interviewed, you've never seen anything like it. It's amazing. You've never seen Greer interviewed this way. It's really good. It's a great movie. You'll see. March 14th, I believe it comes out. UFO Endgame. So, what actually was the Phoenix Lights UFO? Well, there's a channel called Found and Explained, and they have an idea of what happened the night of March 13th, 1997. I don't know how much of this I can play, but I hope we find out what it was. I haven't watched it yet.
Bigger than a skyscraper, wider than anything ever built by man, this airship defies the laws of physics and is one of the strongest pieces of evidence.
Yeah, the aircraft, which is flarecraft.
That we are not alone.
All flares.
Or maybe, just maybe, an entire city was confused, deluded, and this event never happened. Today on Found and Explained, we'll divulge the top secret information of this incident, and you can decide for yourself what really happened on that cold spring evening in 1997. Open your mind to the lights over Phoenix.
Also, if this is an artist's rendering of the lights that night, that is completely wrong. All of that is wrong.
Our story begins at exactly 7:55 p.m. of March 13th, 1997 in Henderson, Nevada. Driving along the highway, a man only known as JR sees an unusual shape rising right over Prescott Valley, where we get...
It went through Sedona, Prescott Valley, Carefree, let's see.
One of the best descriptions of what happened next. At 8:30, Tim Lay and his family saw the lights start to approach them from Paulden, approximately 65 miles away. At first, they thought that the twinkling, enlarging lights were simply stars, reflections of clouds, or perhaps distant satellites that could be seen in the clear sky. But all of that changed as it approached. They formed an arch shape that looked like the red blinking lights on top of a balloon or an impossibly tall bridge. But that soon became apparent that it was a giant upside down V shape, with each light getting further apart as the true scale.
You know, the interesting about how high this looks, that's accurate. Everybody who saw the craft said they could have thrown a rock and hit it. It was that close to the ground. Now, there's a mountain that it flew over, and it's a very small mountain, more like a big hill. And that was over in a place called Moon Valley. And when it went over, that's where the Lays were. And when it went over them, they said it just barely went over the mountaintops, which are only 250 feet high. If you have a good arm, you could hit that with a rock 250 feet. So it was low to the ground, silent, and scary. Now, I said before, the shape of this is inaccurate. The shape is actually it's right, but the details are wrong. Yeah, the way the lights shone, that's not what they looked like. Everybody who saw the lights, who were underneath the craft, said the lights were swirling and swirling around as if the craft and the light were made from the same thing. And it was very smooth. It didn't have these Tetris tiles, all different sizes and shapes. It didn't have a recess. It's nothing like that. That's what I mean. But the actual height, elevation, and apparent size are accurate.
Of this giant monster was revealed. Other witnesses would describe it as having an upside-down V shape with 5 major lights set into it, hovering slowly about 30 to 45 meters above them, but with the scale of 10 Boeing 747s wing to wing or a mile wide.
People were seeing these lights that either seemed to be attached to something or had a force field in between, because when they looked up, they blocked out the stars in between the lights.
Right.
"We don't have anything that big," said a witness to the media. "It was totally silent. I've never seen anything even close to the colors from the exhaust that propelled that thing. It was as big as downtown Prescott and completely blocked out all of the stars. But there was no sound apart from the rustling of the wind. The lights and the black shape that was blocking out the..."
So I want to look at this with you. This is supposed flare drops from the Maryland bombers. That's 30 miles from the location where it was shot. I think the guy's name was Creixen or Christian, Michael Christian or something like that. But I want to look at this because it is very interesting, even though it's most likely flares. Let me show you something. A lot of people saw this, said, which you didn't see it. They didn't show it here. They said there were 5 lights, but here you see a little more. But there were also 2 behind. Here it looks like there's 1. I believe this is 2. The other one is behind it. Because this one is much brighter. If you see a good video of this, this is bigger and brighter than these. And nobody ever talks about this one over here. I'm sorry, I thought you were able to see me. Nobody ever talks about this one. Everybody always talks about this. But this is weird. We might be looking at a legitimate UFO. And that, to me, my friends, looks like it could be 1 mile to 2 miles wide. 30 miles away, the guy took this picture. And look how big it is. If this is all connected, I'm not sure. When these lights also go out, in the sequence they go out, somebody did an overlay of a daytime shot that shows the mountains here. Each peak that these lights fall behind is the sequence the lights go out. So they don't, if they're flares, they're not going out yet. They're just going behind the mountain. So strange. Now, for years, I have asked, and I stopped. I asked Dr. Lin. I asked a few people that are now dead. Where? Because everybody said this object went to Tucson and they saw it in Tucson, yet there's no picture, no video, no nothing in Tucson. And you know why they said it went to Tucson? I'm going to explain the lie to you. Because that would make these lights that are supposed to be flares, that will make them a craft. If it's still moving south, like it looks like it might be, the reason there's no video or pictures of a craft that size in Tucson is because it never made it there. It's flares. That was at 10 o'clock. This, what you're seeing here, that's at 10 o'clock, not at 8:30. 8:30 was the real sighting. Okay? That's the sighting where 10,000 to 100,000 people saw it. I wasn't included.
Stars slowly rose into the clouds and vanished. By
What? Hold on. Now, by the way, Dr. Lin claims she has these on video from 2 years prior. They're just flares. And I know because I did the research.
apart from the rustling of the wind, the lights and the black shape that was blocking out the stars slowly rose into the clouds and vanished.
No, 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 no. 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 That is new. That has never been spoken before. I've never heard that ever. It rose in the... Nobody ever said that. That's new. Somebody had to write that in because not one person saw the real craft leave. Take off. Nobody did. And now all of a sudden they saw it rise into the... There were no clouds that night. It was a cloudless night. Ding dong. You know what I mean?
By 10 p.m., hundreds of calls had been made, with many people saying they saw a row of brilliant lights hovering and dancing in the sky, perhaps confirming one of the largest UFO sightings in history. Or perhaps it wasn't a UFO at all. What really happened over Phoenix? Now, a lot of people always ask me, Nick, why on earth would aliens fly all the way across the universe to visit Phoenix, particularly downtown Prescott? Well, it's because downtown Prescott doesn't have a Squarespace website. That's right, instead of adventure. Square almost tech to add supporting the channel by www and you become a supporter. Now, it's time to swap out the storyteller hat with the skeptic hat and look at the very credible evidence that this wasn't UFOs at all. That the Flying V wasn't some hugely impossible slow-moving aircraft.
Hold on. Now, the difference between a guy like this doing a story about the Phoenix Lights is I've done more research than 90% of the people who are into it. What he's forgetting is that Kurt Russell saw the real Phoenix Lights and called him into the airport when he was flying in that night. People saw it at the airport. It's a real freaking sighting. It really happened. There was a UFO that flew over Phoenix, no doubt about it. And they tried to cover it up with flares. Now, they didn't know that the flares would get the reaction it did. I think they just put the flares out thinking people would get confused with the lights that were the flares and the sighting that happened 90 minutes earlier. They didn't think that they looked identical. They didn't think about that when they were shooting the flares off. They were just shooting them off to distract people. That's it. And it worked out so well in their favor 3 months later. A newscast was doing, they were doing an on-location news thing, right? In the background, they just so happened to see flares that were dropped. And the camera crew said, hey, we were doing a story and we noticed these flares looked very similar to the Phoenix Lights 3 months ago. Were these what people saw at 8:30? So they already started the insanity. When they showed the clip on that news channel of what they said were the lights, the flares, it looked nothing like it. What they showed on the news that night, 3 months later, were flares from a mile away where you can see everything, the smoke, this, everything. 30 miles away, boing, very slowly falling on a cloudless, windless night, March 13th, 1997. Capiche? Thank God I was alive. Because these people that tell these stories, they don't know the whole story. They would forget and not remember to tell that Kurt Russell actually called in. It debunks everything. his call into the tower that night was recorded. He was on TV, talked about it with Oprah. It was an amazing thing. Hey, Molly Collie throwing down 99 cents, $1, a super sticker for good measure. Let's see what it is. It's a super sticker, another one from Molly Collie trying to break the record tonight. That'd be funny. It won't pull it up. That stinks. I can't see it. I only get to see, because the chat room, hold on. It's doing something. Now it looks like it's a slot machine. It's going very fast. Whoa, what? There it is. It's 100. Okay. Oh, that's so weird. It looks nothing like what I'm showing on the screen. Nothing. Thank you, Molly Collie. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Alien Outlaw? Why? Giving up on what? Somebody trying to get my attention? Did I miss something? He hasn't given up. What am I missing? Alien Girl's here? Hey, all right. Alien Girl. 1, 1, 1. Jim, you're not supposed to say that. I know. Yeah, he was with his son at the time. Yeah. Showing his son the ropes. Wouldn't that be great if he was? It'd suck. Oh, Andrea Coran with a $5 super dono. It's pure love coming from Andrea Coran. Continuing supporter of GUFON. A mucho gusto generoso. Coran. Andrea. AK. How you doing? Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So that UFO chick. Fife Symington is the biggest. He is like, I would liken him to a Joe Biden Jr. He's that corrupt. He's a narcissist to the 10th degree. He's a compulsive liar. Obviously, he's a politician. But this guy lied so bad. He actually said he saw the Phoenix Lights after he made fun of everybody when he walked out one of his co-workers in an alien uniform. And he said, we figured out who was the perpetrators and if you could bring them out here. And everybody's like, who? What? What's going on? And they bring out an alien. The guy's, you got me. Ho. Oh, and they pull it off and the mask. Oh, look, it's the janitor. And everybody was like, what an asshole. Because then he looks at everybody and he goes, you guys are taking this a little too seriously. Are you kidding me, bro? A 1 to 2 mile wide craft flew over the city of Phoenix with impunity, mind you. I'm going to use that because that's exactly what happened. And nobody did anything. That thing flew around for 30 minutes. It flew around for over an hour and a half. Nobody sets up. Oh, they did. Yeah. At Luke Air Force, they did. They did. That is right. They did send up 2 F-18s. I stand corrected. I apologize to myself. Yeah, they did that. But Symington scum. And I proved it. And not only that, I was talking to Bill Burns on his show a few years ago, about 4 years ago. Bill Burns is the UFO guy. He was the main guy on the TV show UFO Hunters with Pat and everybody else. Well, anyway, I told him my story about Fife Symington lying because Fife Symington said when he got home that night, at 8:30, he said he was getting ready to sit down for dinner. And on the news, his words, he says, and I hear on the TV that they had spotted the UFO near where I live. So I got in my car, didn't take his family, didn't take a camera, and goes to the location, his words, which was called Squaw Peak Mountain, Squaw Peak Park, which was 5 minutes from where he lived, the ritzy area, very nice. He said, I walked around down there, and people were milling around, and all of a sudden I hear a little bit of, people getting loud, and they're all looking, and I look up, and there's this craft. And my God, I tell you, I couldn't believe it. And the only reason he came out and told that bullshit lie 7 years after the fact that he made fun of everybody for taking it too seriously was because his guilty conscience got the best of him. And as a narcissist, you can't have people not like you. This guy wanted everybody to go, now we understand why you couldn't tell us. Oh, Fife, thank you so much for coming out. Oh, thank you. And he got his fix. He got his drug. He got back. People like him again. He's feeling good. Not everybody forgot what he did. But what a scumbag. The story he told is impossible. Oh, I heard it was on the news, and so I went out. No, you couldn't have. Because the first time it was on any news channel was channel 15 at 9:30 at night. And they said, were you one of the lucky people to see the strange lights in the sky? News at 10. He couldn't have heard it. It's a lie. Because there was no news reports till 9:30. Then they dropped the flares at 10 during the newscast. As it's happening, they're showing us this just happened. No. It's how it was. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. It was a great night. I was so mad I missed it. I don't know what I was doing. But the Phoenix Lights will go down as one of the most recognized sightings with the most amount of witnesses ever. It's pretty crazy. It was real. But Fife Symington, never forgive that guy. He had to come out and say, I saw it. I saw it. Didn't take anybody from his family. Hey, you want to go see a UFO? Right? Didn't take a camera. I'm going to go see this UFO. I better take a camera. Didn't take one. It's a lie. Doesn't make sense. His wife didn't say, we're about to eat dinner. What are you, crazy? I'm not going to see that thing. You're going to tell me the governor of Arizona got in his car without bodyguards, without family, without a camera to go look at a 1 to 2 mile wide craft that he heard on the radio was about to enter his area? He went out there and saw it? Yeah, right. Okay. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'll finish this up.
But rather 5 A-10s simply flying in formation. Let me explain. According to the military, there was a planned military activity that night called Operation Snowbird, using the Air National Guard out of Davis-Monthan Air Base in Tucson. 5 A-10 aircraft took off into the evening, flying at a higher altitude than normal with their identifier lights on, just to help those on the ground and other aircraft see them. These lights are different from civil aircraft collision lights, that they're just a single steady red light, as opposed to those flashing strobes. They flew over the sky towards Phoenix before coming to rest at another airbase. Then a second group of A-10s, as part of the same operation, took off into the sky and deployed some slow falling flares at around 10 PM. Deployed in such a way, these flares would have looked like a large ship slowly falling over the horizon, and as they fell over the nearby mountain range, it would have looked like the flares were in fact moving upwards into the atmosphere. As for the stars being blocked out by a black shape, many people may have simply just connected the dots between the lights to make it a bigger object.
Yeah, that's it.
Even some of the...
Yeah, that's exactly it. Everybody just connected the dots and, the stars in between, they just disappeared. It's not how it happens. That's like telling me that people who have spotted Bigfoot didn't really see Bigfoot. They imagined it because their adrenaline was going so much. They hallucinated. Give me a break, man. I mean, how stupid are we to believe shit like that?
Pilots came out after the media frenzy about these alien lights, confirming...
Oh, and by the way, Fife Symington said the reason he did that, it was his decision, in response to that UFO chick saying, no, man, I think he was told he needed to cover up. Yes and no. The story is that they had so many calls, and one of the women who was a council member, Frances Barwood, who's retired now, she asked if they could put aside some funding to investigate the lights. And there was silence in the room, and then one of the ladies in the meeting goes, okay. And that was it. And yet she had over 100 calls a day, over 1,000 people that she spoke to herself that all described the same thing. Symington thought he better calm things down because it's getting crazy within the government. People in Arizona, people want answers. And it was getting to a point where something had to be done. And that's what he decided to do. And I didn't think it was that bad. I'll be honest. I thought it was funny. I understood what he was trying to do. I'm not mad. I'm mad for the people that got mad at him. It's like, they didn't have a good sense of humor about it, because the people who actually saw it. And this guy saying, you guys are taking this too seriously. They just vilified him. It was unbelievable. I did feel bad for him. I did. But calculated move. I thought it was the right move he did. I thought he could have gone another route. He could have. But you have to know Fife Symington. The guy's a nerd. And what he may think is funny is not funny to everybody else. But it was being swept under the rug. I'm sure he had a talk with somebody, that UFO chick. I'm positive they had a discussion about it. You need to shut them up. Just tell everybody, calm down, do something. Pretty weird. Where did they come up with that outfit? You know what I mean? Did they go buy that thing with our money? I used to live in Phoenix, so yeah, my funding went to that costume. Probably $200 for that head, that big old head.
That they flew in the formation and deployed the flares, namely that of the 104th Fighter Squadron. Even a local witness testified that he looked at the lights through a telescope and saw individual fighter planes.
Nah. That guy was the only one in a room of 200 people. He was the only one that said, no, it was airplanes. I looked at it through a telescope. It was airplanes. And they went, and that's the only person the media went with. And they said, oh, this guy saw it. It was airplanes. One guy beats 200 other people. They went with that. That's what's so frustrating about the Phoenix Lights as well. No matter what, the media was going with the wrong answers every time. The wrong people. It was fun. Anyway, that wraps it up for tonight. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, newcomers and veterans. Thank you so much for your help, and thanks for joining GUFON for a few hours here, a few minutes. It's well appreciated. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody. And Sapphire Elf, how are you? Glad to see you here tonight. Thank you. Good to see you, man. Cyber Bry, how you doing? I know we're leaving, but I appreciate seeing you. And then Magnolia, how you doing? Tommy, I said hi earlier. That's right. David Wilcox, PayPal. That's right. I haven't checked. Whoa, $20 from David Wilcox. This donation made possible by the Chud Foundation. The Chud Foundation. Children having unique delusions. Chud. Thank you very much, David. I don't know what Chud means. I don't know. Question everything. Thank you. See you next time. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, David Wilcox. Again, you are a huge supporter, good friend of the show. Mucho gusto, generoso. And thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Den Bub, thank you. Tim Freestone, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7. Don't forget, go to Amy's show, Alien Girl, at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be there. Yeah, I'm going to get some sleep tonight. I'm already tired, but I have to watch a movie that I fell asleep watching last night. Yeah, for the Cousins Brothers. I haven't watched it. I fell asleep instantly. I woke up and the sun was up. Sorry, guys. I mean, I tried, but I woke up and it was over. I had no idea what happened. I didn't even see a minute. I was out. I could fall asleep right now. I'm so tired. All right, we'll let you guys go. And don't forget, because GUFON, we are Truthology for ufology. GUFON. All right. And what do we say every night when we're out of here? Take care, be well, treat each other with love, and alien bless. Yeah, that's it.
Warning. Control life.